Good morning, Flosstube. It is Friday, May 18th, almost 10 a.m. here in Maryland. 63 degrees and cloudy. What a surprise. Yeah, another gray day, but we have some good light coming in here. Might be trying to shine a little bit here. Oops, I didn't get my light set up here. Hold on one second. Pull this puppy forward so I have it where I need it to be. So, how you guys doing today? Hope you're having some stitchy fun. I know I still am. Day 18 of Mania. Oh my goodness. So many thoughts bubbling through my mind. And yes, well, I may be still as scattered as yesterday because I have so many thoughts bubbling through my mind, but I don't feel as bad. I didn't do my workout this morning. I definitely wimped out this morning. My body had said, Jan, just time for a down day. So I'm listening to my body. Yesterday's start. Hibernation day. I wish. Let me point the light up. No, it still doesn't. The fabric is a very bluish gray. It's coming across on my screen as very gray. You can tell I stitch in hand by the way that corner always turns down. It's really much bluer than what it's showing. So I worked on the upper band. The colors on this fabric are so rich and so scrumptious. Oh my God, I love it, love it, love it. It's going to be a beautiful piece. Another one of those that it's like, oh, I don't want to put this down, but I am going to put it down because I'm going to leave it open there for you though, so you have something pretty to look at instead of all the clutter on my desk, and try and do it without bumping my contraption holding my phone too much. So today's start, Indigo Lane. Love this piece too. Yeah, I love them all, right? That's why they're in my stash. Duh. So got the little corner piece done. Once again, I'm starting in the upper left. Got that little corner piece done, and now I'm moving over to these floral pieces here. Once again, I've changed the colors. I don't think you're ever going to come across a piece that I don't change the colors unless it's a kit. So, and even then, I may change something or I may change the fabric. So that's just what I do. This, it was supposed to be endive. I had baby spinach, so that's what I used. I like the bright green of baby spinach. This this floral part here called for it called for summer shower, and I actually got summer shower. Let me dig it out here. And it's another one of these because I have changed the color of the fabric. Is it too close to the fabric? And it's showing up not too bad there. There are some lighter pieces of the variegation. So it's actually not too bad, but I decided to go with Crystal Lake because I have a ton of this. I had gotten this for the Modern Folk Embroidery and decided not to use it. It's the same kind of variegated grays. Just again, the light's kind of blowing it out. Just a little darker, maybe a little bluer too. You see the difference there? So anyways, I had decided this morning when I came in to cut the fabric, I redid my calculations for the size of the piece. And, you know, I told you yesterday I was going to do it 1/1. But I redid the calculations. And let me find my X-Stitch app. Like I said, I put all of my notes in here, so I have them handy anytime I have a question. Excuse me. So if I had done it 1/1, the finished size would have been 4 3/4 inches by 2 1/4 inches. So just a tiny little thing, right? Actually, just that big. That's too small. That's just silly. So, and this is a 30 count piece of fabric. So I decided to go ahead and do 2/2. The finished size for this will be 9 3/8 by 4 5/8. So that's a lot more reasonable. It's still not too big. It'll be a nice size. You can see the fabric isn't all that big. So, and also a nice size to stitch in hand. So there is that. Let me angle my lamp back down again here. Hooray for gooseneck lamps. So the reason my mind is going in many different directions, let's see. I am waiting on fabric from XG Designs. She custom dyed and custom cut it. It was a color she had in her Etsy store, but I needed a custom size of it, so she had to dye it. I believe the date that she shipped it was May 9th. So I've been keeping an eye on the tracking, and nothing much had changed until yesterday. It apparently has finally made it to the Netherlands. Well, yesterday when I checked on it, the date that they put on it for arriving in the Netherlands was the 15th. So I'm hoping by now that it has at least arrived in the States 3 days later. I know, I just should have said it like this, 3 days later, as the narrator in SpongeBob does, because, yeah. So hopefully it'll be here within the next week. I'm really looking forward to that. So I ordered from her a big piece of fabric for the street scene that I showed you. If you watched my last update, I showed you that. I'm excited to get that and start that. Because, you know, I don't have enough starts in my life right now. I need another one. I may start that, sub out one of my Maynia starts if it gets here. I'm actually going through June 1st with Maynia. With all of my different new starts that I had planned, as well as the different whips that I have. I'll be going through June 1st, so maybe I'll go through June 2nd. Who knows? We'll just have to see how I feel when I get there. I'm looking at my chart to see what I do next. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 1, do 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like going on a diagonal like this a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because it allows me to kind of stitch in hand, do the sewing method easier. When I go across this way, if I did it in lines back and forth, going that way can get kind of awkward. And going in on a diagonal is pretty easy. It also kind of breaks up the color change, the variegation a little bit, in a little bit different way. You can tell that whoever did Brenda Gervais' model stitching stitched back and forth. She has the lines and the variegation, which may very well be the look she was going for, and that's fine. Going on diagonals, you can kind of see a bit of the variegation, the lines, but not as much. So that's another way to look at it. Let's see. So skip one. So I'm going to go down there and do 1, 2, skip 1, 1, skip 1, 1. I'm going to be looking at the chart a lot. Let's see. So along with that big piece of fabric that I ordered from XG Designs, I also ordered 2 other pieces that she had in her shop. I believe one was a dark hazelnut, and I totally don't remember what the other color was, although knowing me, it was probably a blue or a green. I'm excited to see what I got. and to see the size, because I decided last night, so I had showed this. This was a Pass the Stash from Michelle Garrett, Bendy Stitchy. And Jenny from Long Dog Sampler has asked if I would mind passing this to her next, and I will do that. And we are keeping track on here of who's doing it. So this will make the rounds. So because she had asked for it, I don't want to just sit on it forever. So I added this new start into my lineup. And it is going to be for, I'm not going to say who, a special friend. I decided since I'm moving away, I want to get this person something. And I'm going to make her this. I need to get, again, I don't know whether she watches my videos. I don't think she does, but just in case, I have to get a special color floss to do it in. I know what her favorite color is, so I want to make sure I get that. And then I'll see if either of those other pieces of fabric, I probably have something in my stash that I can use for this. Or, you know, it's like I said, see what these other pieces of fabric are that I'm getting from XG Designs, and use one of those. So that may be another new start. Well, I put that as a new start on here. I have to get the floss first, though, so I can't tell you how many times I've rearranged my list for Stitch Mania. You know, I kind of started that Colonial Charm one, the Maureen Appleton one, and decided that I didn't like the fabric, so that got put aside, so things got shuffled around. Something else happened earlier on that I had to shuffle stuff around. Oh, and I just realized I'm not going to be doing, oh, I'll still do a new start, yeah. I'm not going to be doing a video next Wednesday, the 23rd, a Stitch With Me. I'm going with some friends. We have a mutual friend who was just placed on hospice care. She has ovarian cancer that she has been battling for probably 3 or 4 years now, and we're sorry to see that that battle is coming to an end. So she lives up in Pennsylvania, not too far from Lancaster, so we are going to take a drive up there to see her. So yeah, I won't be around we're gonna head out first thing in the morning, so I won't be around to do a video next Wednesday. But that's okay. I think you guys will survive without me. And a little break every once in a while is definitely going to be good, because I'm only halfway through this. So, what else did I want to tell you guys about? It seems like there was more bubbling away in my brain. I think after, you know, I keep looking at the chart, and then I finally get back to here after mussing around, and I forget what I'm doing next. Okay, so I have those 3. Okay, and that 3, and that there. So do I want to go up there? Okay, so I'm going to come over and do that one next to there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oh, goodness. So, yeah. So, we'll be keeping up this schedule, like I said, through June 1st, possibly June 2nd, depending on when my fabric gets here for that big piece. But I think after this, you know, I'm still going to do my update videos. I think I will be doing them once a week. I do like the shorter format. I think keeping the videos shorter is just more manageable for all of us. And there, you know, there's so many floss tubers out there we want to see. So it kind of frees up your time a little bit more. I think I will also start doing a Stitch With Me once a week, like so many people do. And then I'm thinking I may, anytime I do start something new, because I have so much fun starting things with you guys, I will do a new start Stitch With Me. So I think that might be fun. The other thing I'm doing, I mentioned this on my, oh, no, I just went over one on that one. Oh, shoot. I mentioned this on my regular update. In July, I'm going to do a Christmas in July. So I'm still going to do my keep up with my Harbor Haven as much as possible, but I think everything else in July I will do Christmas, because Christmas in July is a thing. You know, that's kind of a traditional time when people start gifts for people, for, you know, Christmas gifts. So everything else I do in July, I think will be Christmas or maybe winter oriented. And of course, because July is always so hot and muggy anyways, it's kind of a nice time to get out the winter things and think of the cooler times of the year. So, of course, cooler time for me, winter time for me, hopefully we will be in Hawaii by then. And that is perfectly fine. I have no problem with not having a white Christmas. I have many friends that think I am insane for that, but that's okay. I have no problem with having a sunny, warm Christmas. So anyways, Christmas in July. If you'd like to join me, there's several other people who have expressed an interest. Start pulling out your Christmas patterns. Come June, I am going to start. Oh, for heaven's sakes, I just did the same thing. Oh, God almighty. Oh. I'm going to see if I can undo it this way without unthreading the needle, without catching everything around it, because that always happens to me too. Oh, that drives me insane. I'm not going to talk here while I get this fixed and see if I can do it right. Third time's a charm, right? For God's sake, Jan. Duh. All right. That is the hole I want to be in. Yeah? Yeah. Anyway, Christmas in July. So in June, I'm going to spend some time figuring out what all patterns I'm going to work on, and start gathering my supplies for that. And I'm probably just going to do, like, I don't know, 4 or 5, maybe a new pattern every week. I'm not going to do this insanity of a new pattern every day. I guess it's going to depend on how many patterns I come up with that I decide I need to do. Let's see. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do 2. So yeah, that part's still kind of up in the air, but I know I have well, I'm starting one winter pattern now. Well, in a few days, next week, I think. Hibernation Day, I don't know whether that can, I guess that's a winter pattern. That may or may not be included, I don't know. I have one called Winter Cup by a Russian designer, Maria Brovko, I think that one is by, that I'm really anxious to get started. I don't know whether I have the fabric for it, though. I think I was going to do it on an 18-count Aida, white Aida, and I'm kind of waffling about whether that's what I really want to do it on, or I was actually going to look at the picture and decide if maybe I would want to do it on a gold, you know, something like that. So decisions need to be made. I have the drawn thread welcome Christmas pattern. Of course, my December cross-eyed cricket. I'm sure there's a ton of other ones that I'm not remembering. There's also, there is a, well, new to me, I don't know how new in the cross-stitching world, but it seems like a bunch of the online stores are just getting these patterns and loading them on, called Tra-La-La. Probably French, well, definitely French, because the patterns, the names are in French. Oh my goodness, so many really cute designs. There seems to be a lot of season type things, And it's like seasons with sheep and seasons with mice and just adorable Christmas ones. And yeah, that's on my list. To buy something from Tralala. You know, I have a tendency to buy things as placeholders. I think I mentioned that before. I need to get some Tralala just to remind me that I want to get more Tralala. Oh my God. I think I have it bad. It's rather silly, actually. I tell my husband that, you know, I'm actually saving for retirement because I know money's going to get much tighter once he does retire. Oh, for heaven's sakes. And so, yeah, this is my way of saving for retirement. Makes sense to me. All right, and see, once again, I looked and saw what I needed to do, and then I turned away. Oh my God, this one's going to be a pain. Okay, so that there, that's... And this is one of the problems when you go diagonally. It's kind of, at least my brain finds it harder to keep in mind what I'm supposed to do. So I'm down underneath that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 1, do 2. You got that? Can you remind me when I forget? 1. I won't count out loud to you the whole time. Oh, let's see. It is Friday. Do you guys have any plans for the weekend? It's 2. We are going, let's see, tomorrow evening we're having dinner with my friend Trish. She's the one I mentioned who I rediscovered on Facebook, the one that taught me to knit, and we also got into a lot of trouble as stitchers together way back when. This is in the late 80s. I don't even know if it was into the 90s at all. She might have left the office by then and we lost touch. But anyways, we're having dinner tomorrow night with her and her husband. And then Sunday, some of us stitchers here in Maryland are going to her house for a little bit of a stitching day. So the rain can do what it likes. It doesn't stop us from stitching, that's for sure. Nothing stops us from stitching, right? Except time. I'm so glad I came back to stitching. I cannot tell you, and maybe this is why, well, I was addicted before, but I've fallen back hard. As you can probably tell since I jumped right into Flosstube. Okay, this is where I skip 1 and do 2. Yeah, just, oh my, you know, I loved all the designs before, and I still have a lot of the designs from before that I want to do. And of course, as you've seen, a lot of what I'm doing is from my stash. But oh my goodness, so many pretty things out there. Just can't get enough of it. There better come a time, though, when I slow down. It'll be interesting to see how things are in Hawaii. You know, there is a cross-stitch store there, and I will be checking it out. And according to Michelle, they do have regular stitch-ins and that kind of thing. So I hope to become part of that community fairly early on. But it appears to be a smaller store. I don't really know. So I'm sure there's still going to be a lot of online ordering that I'll be doing. So it'll be interesting to see how long it takes for stuff to get to Hawaii. And that's one of the things I was thinking, well, if I order from XG Designs in Hawaii, will it come across the world the other way? How long will it take to get there? So yeah, lots of interesting things. Okay, I am going to stop there, actually. I'm at 24 minutes. You know, I like to keep this around 20 to 25. Tomorrow, guys, I love everything. You know that. I keep saying, I just love this. It's hard putting it down. It all is. Tomorrow, I get back to hoity-toity. God, look at that. Now, I have changed the color somewhat. Push that up so it's not quite as glaring. I've changed, of course, the color somewhat on these, but I still tried to keep the hues pretty close. The same as I'm doing for Indigo Lane. What I love about this pattern is all the blues and the greens, so of course I'm keeping those as similar as possible. And the same with this. Oh my God, look at that. Is that gorgeous? Shall we just spend some time staring at it in awe? Oh, it's so pretty. All right, guys, 25 minutes. That's actually a little bit darker than that, and a little bit darker than that. That's actually a pretty good representation of the color. So, on that note, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great stitchy day. Bye-bye.